In a bustling market, the protagonist is looking here and there when a really big, ugly cock tries to get on her. She thinks this bird is way too massive and wonders just exactly how many people will even be able to eat the fried chicken made from this meat. The spirit pulls up right then, asking her what dish name she just called it. She gets all dramatic, acting like this is some awakening dish of destiny, and once Candace takes a taste of it, it feels more like something a person would want as their last meal ever. The spirit sighs, clearly judging that this is a terrible dish. The cock owner suddenly asks her if she is looking for something, and he starts staring at her real good before laughing like, "Welp, looks like we got ourselves a sorcerer today." After all, she is not just any sorcerer. Botanical sorcerers are rare these days. She is hella confused, wondering how in the world he figured out she's even a sorcerer. But the man is like, duh, of course he would know. She is literally dressed like one, plus she has green eyes and green hair, which instantly labels her as the botanical sorcerer. He says that she doesn't even know that people with the same mana have the same hair and eye colors, just like red mana means fire and blue mana means water. Then maybe she's either trolling or straight up something else. She waves him off, saying that whatever world rules he's reciting, they don't matter to her, because she is actually from another world. In fact, she really is. She used to be a tattoo artist in her original world. Every day she finished a gig, and her customers were super hyped with her work. After wrapping up jobs, she indulged herself with her favorite food. She remembers eating pork belly with crispy lettuce, nothing beating that taste, and kimchi that hit just right, absolutely perfect to eat with it. She is impressed by her own delicious cooking all over again. At the same time, she notices that her favorite webtoon also got updated, so she picks it up to read while munching. She actually feels bad for the male lead in that webtoon. His evil stepmom poisoned him with food, so he lost his sense of taste. He can't even put any delicious food in his mouth. And the worst part is that he can't die either, because he's from the dragon lineage, immortal vibes, but at the expense of never being able to enjoy delicious food. She thinks this is probably the worst kind of life a person could live. She is vibing in her feels like an OG stan for her love when she suddenly hears something crash. She looks back quickly and calls out to know who it is. She grabs the scissors and again asks who it is. The girl tries to open the door but sees there is nothing there. She is about to go back when she hears someone saying that it hurts. She is instantly on high alert, literally on her roots, and asks again who is there. But all she gets in response is the question of where she is. She calls out to whoever this voice belongs to, saying if they even realize what time it is to come creeping at her doorstep like this. He keeps hearing stuff, but she is unable to see anyone. It is only when she steps on something squirming under her feet and slips that she falls straight down the stairs. The moment she opens her eyes, she realizes she is in a completely new world and also someone else. If only this dumb little fairy hadn't made such a mistake. The little fairy is like, OMG, how many times does she have to say sorry? It really wasn't her fault that the girl was yeeted down the stairs while she was handling the dimensional traveling. She starts to explain to the female protagonist that this job was supposed to revive her as the sorcerer of the dragon claw she received. The girl starts crying because that dragon claw was the only thing powerful enough to help Felix. Lara begins to notice that this fairy keeps dropping Felix's name way too much, almost suspiciously, like is Felix her man or what? But then she sees the fairy actually crying over how her poor Felix can't even enjoy life properly. That makes Lara instantly think this is way too similar to the male lead she had just been reading about earlier, the one cursed to never taste food again. At that point, she becomes convinced she is actually inside the novel. She remembers reading about transmigration like this in other books too, but she is like, bruh, even if she is inside a novel, the way she looks right now makes zero sense. The fairy tries to comfort her, saying she doesn't need to be this sad after all, being alive is better than being dead, right? But Lara is bawling not over life and death, but over the fact that her tattoo-filled skin is now replaced by pale white skin. Like, excuse me, her whole aesthetic gone. The fairy literally cannot believe this is the thing she is crying about. And just like that, the tattooist officially becomes a sorcerer. What actually happens is that the dragon daddy, named Ventrum, is literally sleeping like a rock while all the fairies gather around him, begging him to wake up and help Felix. Ventrum finally opens his eyes, looking like he just hit snooze for the 100th time, and says that the fact they're all here means Felix is out there completely alone. The fairies cry harder, begging him to do something, but this man straight up acts like he's about to nap again. Like, bro, he's giving Catch Me in 300 Years vibes. Still, before he dozes off, he eats something from his body, tossing out one of his claws. And yep, Unlucky or maybe lucky, it lands on Aaron, that little fairy who was given the task of reaching Felix. Everyone expected some magical awakening sequence, but nope, nothing flashy happens. So, back to the preempt, Lara is living her best foodie life. She's enjoying her meal, but it's giving bare minimum 5-star steakhouse vibes because there's no garnish, no side dishes, just a raw chunk of meat looking plain. Still, when she takes a bite, she falls in love instantly. It's juicy, it's salted perfectly, basically Gordon Ramsay could cry. Meanwhile, Aaron is salty about the fact Felix must be starving right now, and she can't wrap her head around Lara being this obsessed with steak at such a dramatic time. Lara, being completely unbothered, says that she knows the male lead goes berserk later on. The only memory she has is that his evil stepmom poisons him, but the gag is he develops immunity and doesn't die. After that, the queen straight up drives him out to hunt monsters, using him as her pawn while she consolidates power with the rulers. But here's the twist. If the prince actually manages to slay all those monsters, he becomes strong enough to perfectly control the black dragon magic. Except, the trauma is real. Instead of being grateful, he chooses revenge, killing the queen and all the nobles who tormented him. He doesn't even stop there. He invades the empire, wipes out a bunch of the population, and leaves nothing but carnage. Lara realizes this plot means she herself is in danger too. She glares at Aaron like, why the hell did I have to spawn in this horror game of a world? But she accepts reality, she'll need to work here if she wants to survive. At the same time, she also realizes eating just meat 24/7 is definitely not sustainable. Like, girl's stomach is going to file for bankruptcy if she doesn't diversify. The waiter asks her if she liked the dish. She says it's tasty but asks why they don't add some garnish. The waiter just stares at her like she's speaking TikTok slang, completely clueless about what she means. That's when she figures out the people here aren't about that vegetarian life. Meat is king, but too much meat daily? Yeah, it's giving cholesterol levels speedrunning to the heavens. So, she asks him where she can buy fruits and vegetables. He shows her to a stall, and Lara sees some genuinely fresh vegetables. She asks the old lady owner how much it costs. The woman scoffs and tells her if she doesn't have money, she can leave. Big yikes energy. Lara remembers the waiter had mentioned earlier that only nobles buy this stuff since it's expensive and hard to grow. Lara can't believe the audacity. This woman is a commoner, but acting like she owns the Met Gala runway. Still, Lara sees the prices and yeah, those veggies are mad expensive. The old lady keeps pushing her to buy or move along. Lara glares, serving girl, you've got the wrong one energy, and leaves. Aaron then asks her why she didn't buy any fruits when she literally needs them. Lara side-eyes her and demands who she even is. Aaron drops the bomb, sorcerer. Lara blinks and asks of what? Aaron goes, Botanical. The energy is pure OG, yes queen, while Lara, unbothered, is already setting her plan into motion. Lara is all confident when she first arrives at the backyard, but now she's spiraling hard because, plot twist, she doesn't even know how to use magic. Aaron asks her why she's standing there doing nothing, but Lara fires back with the real question, can she even use magic at all? Aaron is literally gagged, like girl was acting almighty earlier and now she's admitting she can't even spark a candle flame. Lara shrugs, saying she thought it would just work since she's a sorcerer now. Aaron sighs like a tired mom at her chaotic child and tells her to look at the necklace. Aaron explains that it's actually simple to use. First, Lara has to pour her mana into the accessory with the magic circle, then she just imagines the magic she wants. So Lara tries it, picturing fruits, and boom, the fruits pop up on the tree. She gets carried away though, pushing way too much mana, and the two of them watch in shock as the fruits grow ridiculously big. Aaron side-eyes like, maybe it's because Lara has the mana of the big dragon. Lara short-circuits at this info dump. What the hell is Aaron talking about? The giant dragon from the novel? She roars at Aaron, demanding why she's only telling her now. Aaron is deadpan, saying she did mention she saved her with the dragon claw. But Lara claps back like, how the hell was she supposed to piece all this together? She came from a dumbass, magic-less world, not Encyclopedia Ice Guy. She is not Professor X, don't assume she knows every little lore detail. Aaron gets teary-eyed, promising to remember this next time. Lara sees Aaron crying and low-key feels bad, so she softens up, tells her to calm down, and says she'll forgive her this time. She even motions for her to come closer, then asks her to explain properly why her body is overflowing with dragon mana. Aaron finally spills. When Lara fell down the stairs, she panicked so hard she thought Lara was actually going to die. In desperation, She threw the dragon scale at her, hoping it would heal. But instead of just healing, Lara's soul absorbed the claw completely, and her whole body basically respawned with it. Aaron starts sniffling, but Lara waves her off, saying to quiet down. It's not like they can undo it now. She sighs and looks back at the fruits hanging on the tree, thinking that since she's got magic now, she might as well use it to get filthy rich. While she's plotting her money-making arc, they notice a sorcerer walking nearby. Lara calls out to him confidently. He freezes, stunned that she's actually calling him. Lara doubles down like, of course she is. Then she asks if he's the water sorcerer. He says yes, but he's totally confused about why she called for him in the first place. She smiles all cutesy and asks him if he doesn't need some vegetables to eat, tilting her head like she's in an ad for farm fresh produce. He is absolutely stunned for a second like bro just got jump scared by kindness, and then he awkwardly asks if he can get a few samples first. She is all like of course energy and tells him that she can definitely get him a few, and if he wants, he can always come back later and buy a whole bunch. She first presents the orange, that one fancy type which needs to be cut from the top and then peeled all the way down before it becomes the aesthetic, juicy snack it's meant to be. The sorcerer is really confused, like big time question mark moment, because he has literally never seen anything like that before. She is basically gaslighting him into trying this fruit like girl boss levels of manipulation because she knows for a fact that once he tries it, he'll be hooked and surely come back. And just like she predicted, minutes later he does come back, dramatic footsteps and all, saying that he wants to get them all, when suddenly someone rushes up to him. Hubert asks this guy where the Highness is, and the knight says that the Highness is over there, but it's low-key impossible to approach him right now. Hubert immediately heads in that direction. The little fairy, who has been waiting for her moment, shouts to Felix that it's Hubert and he should wake up already. Felix finally opens his eyes, looking like he just lost a 5-hour boss fight nap, and Hubert immediately tells him to look at this orange. He says that it's from a new seller at the market, and they're seeing these free, amazing things, so he should try it too. Felix, after thinking for a while, stares at this fruit and is basically like, bruh, if he's seriously about to eat from a fruit seller? Felix says to Hubert that the fruits are hard to sell anyway, so he might as well move on, but Hubert assures him that they taste really good and insists that he should at least look at this fruit. Felix thinks for a moment that maybe he should try these, but actually, he has deep-seated trauma connected to food. Back then, his stepmother forced him to eat poison meals, and because of that, he completely lost his sense of taste and smell. Since then, he has been unable to eat or taste anything properly, surviving only on fruits and vegetables, the only things he can actually manage. Hubert, radiating chaotic positive energy, keeps encouraging him to eat. Seeing this persistence, Felix finally reaches out his hand to take the fruit, which makes Hubert light up like he just won the lottery. Hubert first hands him a banana and casually explains that he doesn't need to wash it because you just peel it and eat it. Felix is absolutely stunned, like what in the alternate universe is this fruit, because he has never seen anything like it before. The fairy even sniffs at the banana, saying it smells good, and starts peer pressuring him like, just try it already, bro. All the fairies are collectively losing their minds over how delicious it looks, like fangirls at a concert. Felix finally takes a bite, and to his surprise, he admits that it's not that bad, which makes Hubert super pleased with himself. Then Hubert goes for the orange, hyping it up like a TikTok food reviewer. Felix takes the first bite and realizes it's incredibly juicy, with each segment popping in his mouth like flavor explosion. He is actually enjoying it, like, not just tolerating it, but genuinely loving it. Hubert is completely stumped, because Felix usually stops after 1 or 2 bites, but here he is, munching away happily. For Felix, this moment is shocking in itself, because he hasn't enjoyed food like this in forever. His mind is already running wild, thinking that maybe he should meet Lara again, since she's the one who introduced this whole fruit chaos. Hubert asks him if he'd like to eat more, but Felix says no because he is full now. And then the camera pans tragically to poor Lara, who is being kicked out of the shop. She stands outside, all sad girl aesthetic, staring longingly at the store. Everything inside is way too expensive for her, like the cheapest thing is 30 gold, and she barely made 10 gold after all her hard work. Total broke protagonist vibes. But now she realizes she'll need around 3 times more money just to get this necklace. The math is matting in the worst way, and suddenly something sparks in her brain. Without warning, she starts running off, leaving Aaron standing there like, where is this girl going? In the library, Lara sees that all the magic books are gathered here, and yup, it's really the magic world, no doubt. Aaron notices that this girl has grabbed so many books, but can't help wondering why Lara is interested in someone else's magic tools instead of just reading the basics. Lara explains that she once got the chance to see water magic right before her eyes, and it looked super cool. And now that she herself has magic, she thinks it'll be fun to use even more magic tools. That's when she gets this brilliant galaxy brain idea. She turns dramatically and asks Aaron if she'd like to hear her amazing plan. Aaron is like, sure, whatever, hit me. Lara then says that if they can just engrave magic circles on jewelry, it'll be perfect. After all, she used to watch the tattooist at work. Aaron is confused and asks what that even means. So Lara explains that a tattooist is a person who engraves pictures on people's skin. It could be a portrait, words, even the face of someone you love, or a random piece of art you're obsessed with. She adds that she still isn't used to seeing her own pale skin without any tattoos, so her plan is basically to tattoo magic circles onto her body. She then turns to Aaron all wide-eyed and asks what she thinks of the idea. Aaron instantly blows up at her, shouting if she's stupid or what, because there's no way this will work. After all, people can only use one element each, and the element they're born with is shown through their eye and hair color. Lara gets it and her mood instantly crashes full on sad puppy energy. Aaron tries to comfort her, but Lara still looks gloomy. Meanwhile, Aaron is secretly thinking that maybe, just maybe, it could be possible for Lara. After all, she has dragon mana inside her. So Aaron tells her, what if she tried to become the first sorcerer who can use all the elements? Lara's whole face lights up again. Of course, she thinks it's totally worth a shot. She pats Aaron happily, thanking her for giving her courage back. But then she remembers the tragic fact, she's got no ink and no pens. The idea hits her like a thunderclap, and she suddenly bursts out of the quiet library like an excited gremlin. Aaron calls after her, asking what she's planning to do now. Lara, running dramatically, shouts back that if she doesn't have any ink, she'll just make some and she's going to use the ancient method. Aaron sighs, telling her she should at least take some rest before doing something like that. But Lara, being Lara, yells into the distance, telling the pine trees to become ashes. We see that the two of them are now burning the tree trunk. Aaron, all covered with black powder, is asking what the hell they are supposed to do so much for, but Lara is saying that they will have to make this until they get no trunk left. Aaron shouts again that why they really do she has to go through all this, hating working all this. Aaron is almost dead, but Lara also tells Aaron that they should rest before they start the real work. Aaron turns her head away all sad as she asks her that what magic if she even wants to learn this bad. Lara points nothing much, she just wants to use magic to do her simple chores as she will not have to go to the pond to make herself clean and to get some water to cook, so that is why she is meant to be able to learn to make water a lot. She also does not want to learn to have to rub stone together to make fire when she will be able to use the magic with her one hand, and that day it will make cooking more easy to do. Aaron finally sees that she really just loves eating good food. Lara smiles that too, crude she loved eating good food. She is most excited that now that they have rested enough they should get back to work, but Aaron is all too tired because poor soul still needs time to rest. She finally handles the ashes. It is her first time making ink from this, but she thinks that it will look okay since she is going to put it on her skin. She needs to use the fine good pine, and just thinking about all the trouble that she went through she wants it to work out or she might crash out. She has already also got the needle from the blacksmith, and first she is beginning to disinfect the needle with the water that she has boiled. Then she brings out the cloth she has washed and completely dried there in the sun. The preparation to draw tattoos is now almost complete. Aaron sighs that such a strong obsession, and halfway they are finally done with the so-called preparation. It is like the whole time she is taking off her hood, making Aaron shout at her to put back her clothes, but Lara is like that she cannot put tattoos with on her clothes first. She is preparing the base drawing on her skin. It is also kind of not that bad, and now it is time to trace down the lines. She is really terrified. She starts to poke the line with the needle, Aaron right there all terrified, sniffing that if this is not hurting Lara at all. Lara does say to her that it does hurt a lot but that it will be done in a flash. Aaron is like sure, but insists to just keep this needle away from her. After a lot of effort it is finally enabling time, and she is almost done. Aaron sees that her hand is all red and swollen, but Lara is glad that it is finally finished, and now it is time to check if it is going to work or not. She closes her eyes and is able to feel that the dragon mana in her is flowing towards the magic circle, and she sees that the water magic really worked. She is glad that it worked, and now it is time to use the fire and wind magic. She does the fire attack, making Aaron shout to at least warn her before using this, which makes Lara laugh as Aaron shouts at her to stop laughing and stop the magic too. Lara is all ready to use the intermediate circles just tomorrow. The next day they are back to sell a lot of fruits. Today they sold so many, so Lara thinks that they should head back home now. As she is about to leave, Hubert on his horse asks her to stop. Hubert asks her if all the fruits are already sold out, and Aaron is all shocked to see that it is Hubert, while Lara is also asking him if he is here to buy the fruits. Aaron roams around Hubert, asking how he is actually, and the fairy is he only seen by Lara and Felix as they hit the dragon manna. Hubert says to her that actually his master does not eat anything but he really enjoyed her fruits, but the only sad thing is that she gets sold out too quickly. She is like, of course, it is too tasty to be left behind. He asks her that if it is not that much of trouble will she walk to get some more for him. Lara remembers that this is the time that Felix fell into hell for not being able to eat anything. She actually does feel bad for him, after all a person needs to eat to live, and also Aaron is super worried about Felix too all the time, and so she is going to help him out. She says to Hubert that she has got nothing left right now, but she does have some of them at her house, so if he does not mind will he walk with her to her home? They get to her house to get the fruits. Inside the house, Hubert is sitting, feeling awkward here and there, when she comes down with something prepared for him to eat. After all, she needs some time to get the fruits ready. He asks her what exactly it is that she is giving him to eat, and she tells him that it is fried fruits with pear juice, which will actually help him quench his thirst. But he thinks that he has never seen anything like this before. She encourages him to enjoy these since she will be going to get some fruits in the coming days to eat. On the other side, she is also set to begin her cooking first, so she is going to use her manna to wash the vegetables. Then, she begins to cut them into small equal pieces using her wind magic. After that, she seasons them with salt and pepper and with the homemade olive oil, stir-fries the onions and chopped garlic in it. Once that is ready, she boils some crushed tomatoes to make the sauce. When she pours all of that over the prepared vegetables, she grates some cheese on top and slides it over into the oven. Soon, here comes the delicious dish. She is happy that cooking with magic is much easier. She takes a bite and finds it super tasty. Next, she cracks some eggs and beats them with some chopped vegetables, then cooks them slowly to make egg rolls. She is also going to cook some steak while the fire is still burning on the side, needing only olive oil, salt, pepper, and some lemon. She plans to pack all of them into boxes and also add some juice for him, while asking for fruits. She steps outside, wondering what she should give to him this time. Meanwhile, on the other side, Hubert is enjoying the food given to him by Lara. Finally, she comes back along with him, apologizing that she took so much time. But the fact that he was too busy eating and seeing her come in all of a sudden makes him choke on his food. He is shocked to see this many lunch boxes. She tells him that these are all trials, and if he likes them, he can come back and order some more. Aaron is confused, still wondering why she made so much, and asks Lara if she made all this for Felix. Lara winks at her, for from this, she says that she has also prepared some fruit and juice for him to have. But he cannot believe that she really did all of that in just a small amount of time. She tries to explain to him that it really didn't take that much time, since the fruits were already done, and because she plans to keep the rest of the elements a secret. Hubert catches her hand and starts to thank her for all this. She says to him that he came back for her food, so they can celebrate this as the fact that he is now officially a regular customer. He smiles, saying that he will surely be her regular customer. The girl starts to smile, as she has received such a good smile from him. He then waves to them, saying he will be going now. Aaron calls out to Lara and thanks her. Lara says to Aaron that she was so excited to see them both that she did not even leave his side, and then asks her if she does not want to follow Hubert to see Felix. But she is sad about the fact that she messed things up, because if she goes back, all the fairies will scold her. Lara tells her to relax and that they should eat something to forget about all the worries. Aaron becomes super happy, for all of her dishes are always tasty. On the other side, Hubert greets Felix, who asks Hubert to call him captain when they are there. Hubert responds with ease and first presents to him the mangosteens that are truly delicious and sweet in taste. Demon sees that this is another rare fruit and wonders what this one is going to taste like. All the fairies start asking him if it is good. He gives them some to eat, and they all become super happy. This reminds him about Aaron, as it has been 3 years since she has not come back. He thinks that maybe she cannot return, or maybe she does not want to. But whatever the reason, he is still worried about her. Hubert finally gets to know the tea, and it hits him like a bucket of cold water that Felix's stepmom has already become the queen. And like, Not just yesterday, but it's already been half a year since she sat her fancy self on the throne. Hubert is instantly fuming at this revelation. He thinks the nobles are straight-up clowns, selfish to the core, and it seems like they've already shoved the rightful heir of the throne. The knight beside him just shrugs and says that it can't be helped. After all, Felix was reported missing. Like, yeah bro, convenient excuse much? Both of them are salty, but then the knight suddenly changes the mood and asks Hubert if Felix is eating well. Hubert nods with this little smirk, telling him that, yup, it really does look like Felix is vibing with the fruits from that one cellar. This makes the knight's face light up because the two of them had been low-key stressing that Felix might just starve himself out of stubbornness. After that little relief session, the two men start discussing how they need to restock their food supplies. At the same time, they're planning to reroute the monster hunt to the other side because logistics are a thing even in medieval cosplay land. Meanwhile, Lara is in the kitchen, busy whipping up something for them. She suddenly blurts out to Irina that she hasn't seen any sugar here, and also, didn't even see much at the market either. Irina, sipping her tea like the most unserious critic, replies that it's not like they don't have sugar here, because she totally saw someone casually dumping it into their tea back at the palace. Lara, hearing this, thinks she'll probably have to drag herself to the noble market to get it. Ugh. She really doesn't like going there. The vibes are weird, like walking into a shop where everyone's silently judging your existence. And besides, it won't be cheap either. Still, she's not giving up. She starts thinking hard, okay, how do people even make sugar? Sugarcane? Sugar beet? Maybe something else? She racks her brain with those vague half-memories from some TV shows she once skimmed. Irina, meanwhile, is side-eyeing her like, why does this girl look like she's plotting the downfall of civilization while thinking about candy? Lara doesn't even notice she's lost in her scheming, lips twitching into a smile. Seeing that smile, Irina gets sus real quick. She's convinced Lara is definitely up to something again. Lara is like, okay, whatever. They are about to play DIY trial and error chef with no tutorial, and decides to straight up use her magic to get sugarcane. She starts summoning random crops like it's a cottagecore fantasy TikTok moment. Irina points at the sugarcane stalks that pop up and squints, saying they look kinda sus, like these sticks don't give sweet candy vibes at all. Lara just laughs and tells her that this is literally the plant that tastes super sweet. Irina is still unconvinced, looking at it like it's broccoli in disguise. Lara shrugs and says she'll prove it soon enough. With a gust of wind magic Miss main character moment, she starts collecting the sugarcane. While doing it, she notices something interesting. Because she used mana to grow it, her mana pool actually expanded a bit. She then casually asks Irina if the winter season might affect her botanical magic. Irina, holding her chin like some sage, explains that opposite elements usually cancel each other out like fire and water. But since she's never seen botanical magic before, she can't give a solid yes or no on whether cold weather will nerf Lara's new plant hacks. Lara thanks her, though she also notes that it's been getting a little chilly recently. Still, no time to mope, she hurries inside, determined to actually make sugar. She takes a big gulp of sugarcane juice, and holy sweet heavens, it's delicious. Okay, it's just juice, but she's convinced this will work. Irina, meanwhile, is staring at her with the face of someone who just watched a science experiment break all the rules. How in the world is this even possible? She swears the plant looked straight up nasty a second ago. This time, they try heating it down, and the liquid starts thickening into a syrupy consistency. Lara tests it first, because of course she does. Irina is pulling her hair, dying for a taste, but Lara's reaction makes it worse. She says it's actually sweeter than before. Irina finally grabs a spoonful, and when the taste hits her tongue, she's floored. She's basically living her best life, shocked that something so ugly turned out so good. Lara points out that this isn't exactly what refined sugar tastes like, but hey, it's good enough. She spreads it out on a tray to cool, satisfied with her invention. Just as she's packing her bag to head out for some grocery shopping because apparently sugar making is not enough grind for one day, she hears footsteps. Someone is at the door, trying to enter. And this ain't just some random villager, and whoever this is, they seem to know her. Lara does not know him at all, and she sees that even Irina does not seem to know him either. Since he does not possess mana, it seems like he has no special role in the novel. The boy grabs her hand, making Lara wonder if this guy knows the original one or if this body has some past connection. One day she asks Irina what actually happened to the original owner of this body. Irina cannot believe that Lara is asking her about this matter, but Lara laughs and admits that she was going through a lot, so she did not have time to process it all. Irina tells her that the reason she received this body is because it did not have any soul in it, and that is how Lara's soul was able to enter. Lara wonders what actually happened to the original soul. Did it die, or something else? But Irina cuts her thoughts short, saying that it probably died, because Lara's soul was able to emerge in the body as soon as the real soul left. Lara thinks that dragons are truly amazing, and indeed he knew where to send her. But the question that lingers in her mind is why she was dead in a place like that. Now back to the present. The boy says that she should answer him when he calls to her. Lara really does not know what the hell is up with this jerk. She snaps back her hand and demands to know who the hell he is. She even asks him if he knows where he is. After all, this is her house, so what the hell is he here for? He slams the door and shouts at her, asking what the hell she is talking about, then says with a grin that she should tell him if she is still angry over that petty matter. He claims that he already told her she might have to risk her life, and even with that, she was more stubborn about stopping him from doing so, and also that the money they gave him as down payment was not even that good. Lara really does not understand a single thing this guy is spouting. He keeps yapping while she is trying to make sense of the situation. He turns away, saying that he should not have come here in the first place. He insists that he did not even know she was alive after all, because she did not call him, but since he was worried, he came here. Lara asks him for what reason, making him smile smugly and say that he knew she cannot live without him, and he is going to make sure he gets paid for coming all the way here. He has already wasted all the money he got from sending her to the monster hunt, and now he is in debt. He declares that he is ready to get his debt paid by her, and that he will also live in her house to spend the winter. But even after all of this, Lara still asks him who he actually is. He becomes stunned, because he thinks she is the one who kept following him, so he assumes that she likes him. Lara thought that he was some kind of family member or relative. He asks her if she really hit her head or what, because how the hell is she unable to remember him? Lara sees that this annoying guy is beating around the bush without ever getting to the point. She sighs, thinking that it looks like they are not close at all. She tells herself that he is loud and turns away, but he starts shouting that if this is how she is going to treat someone who dated an orphan like her, then she has no gratitude. She frowns when he adds that she should be thanking him and even paying him instead of feeling offended at all this. Lara thinks that he has really lost his mind, because she cannot believe that anyone like him would dare to say something like this. After all, people who have nothing to show for themselves are the ones who say such things, and she knows exactly how to deal with people like him. She realizes in this moment why her house is in the middle of nowhere. It is because she has a leech who sucks her money through manipulation. He tries to hit her, shouting at her to just give him the money, but she takes out her sugarcane stick, ready to give this man a proper beating. Yet before she can strike, she sees that he is being strangled by water. It is Hubert. He asks Lara if she is all right, relieved to see that she is safe, and he glares at this pathetic excuse of a man. He scoffs, questioning how this ugly creature dares to try to harm Lara, because he is going to make him pay. He is being suffocated by the water, and Lara sees that at this rate he will surely die. Lara shouts to Hubert that he cannot do it here because she does not want to see someone dying in front of her house. Hubert's eyes soften, and he lets the man loose, making him fall to the ground. The ugly man says that it is a crime to use magic on people, but the knight kicks him, saying that it looks like he still has not learned his lesson. Lara tries to stop them, because at this rate they really might kill him. The ugly man starts shouting at Lara, claiming that he treats her with such care, and now she is acting this way just because she has another man. He is about to call her a bad name when she starts hitting him with her sugarcane stick, questioning what the hell he is even spouting. She thinks he cannot even explain how they know each other, and now he is suddenly acting all caring. She wonders how dare he ask her for money, as if he had ever given her any to save for him. With that, she gives him the final blow. Even Hubert and the knight are shocked. Lara says to this ugly man to never dare come to her house again. He mutters an okay, but Lara shouts again, demanding why he is still here. All wobbly and sniffling, he says that he is not planning to see her ever again. Yet this man still has the audacity to add that if he does see her again, he will kill her. But Lara's stick is enough to make him run away. She sighs, thinking that he is still spouting nonsense, and it seems that the original owner of this body did not have it easy either. She suddenly remembers that she has guests. She turns to them, asking if they are here to get some fruits. She presents them with some dried fruits and apologizes that they had to see all that drama. She asks Hubert if this knight is his friend. The knight stands up and says that his name is Dennis. She assures him that he does not need to be so nervous and asks them to try this food first. She drinks the peach drink herself, because after all this work she feels thirsty. When they see her drink it, the two of them also drink, and it tastes delicious. She is glad that they like it and asks them to try other things as well. Hubert says to her that they are thankful that she gives them such amazing food every time they visit. She says to him that since he said he will be a regular, then after all, regulars should be given special treatment. She asks him if he is here to buy more fruits. He says yes, and that it will be okay for her. She replies that it is fine, but today she will need some time, since her kitchen is a little dirty. Hubert says that it is all right, as they are just here to put in an order. But Lara feels bad that he came all the way here and even helped her, so she plans to deliver the food herself once it is ready. This time she asks them if they are a mercenary group and where they stay. Dennis tells her that they usually camp outside the tower castle walls. She grows worried, thinking that it must be cold and dangerous outside. They tell her that they tried to rent an inn, but they were all already taken, and they assure her that camping is not that hard. But Lara notices that it is getting chilly and windy outside, and Irina says that Felix might freeze to death. Lara tells them that if they do not have a place to stay, she can let them have the upper floor of her house. They ask her if she is really serious. She tells them that the condition of her house is not that great. Dennis asks what they should do then. He notes that Lara is really helpful to them, so he smiles and says they will stay here for a while, which makes her happy too. Dennis thinks that it is a while since they will be staying indoors, and he is also astonished to know that Felix said okay this easily. Low-key, he is shook, because he knows Felix is not the type of person to trust people like this so quickly, but anyway, thanks to Lara, they will be back to living a good winter indoors. Dennis is already vibing good, thinking that they will be having indoor rooms and a good bed, not some rock-hard ground field. He asks them what is going on the other side, while Lara is trying her best to put Irina down, but Irina is not coming down. Lara asks her what it is that she is not coming down for, but Irina is like, how the heck can she actually fetch Felix and his army out of the blue to their house? Lara thinks to herself that this is a good thing, after all she missed Felix, but Irina is internally screaming that no, she does miss them, but this is totally not a good thing, and she did not want to meet them this abruptly. Lara, being extra, forces her down with wind magic. She seriously don't want to use magic on her right now. Then Lara asks why it is that Irina does not want to meet them. Irina admits she does want to meet Felix, but she knows the others will absolutely grill her if they see her, since she was not supposed to bring Lara here and she also failed the mission. Lara asks what she was actually supposed to bring back, and Irina says that she herself does not know, as she was unable to hear the master, because she knows if she meets the other fairies they will ask her what she was supposed to bring, and if she did that. But when she tells them she could not, they will roast her alive, and even Felix will turn his head away from her. She screams nope and runs away like she is rage-quitting a game lobby. Lara does not know what the hell Irina is about on when she hears the knock on the door. She knows that it is Felix, and she rushes to open the door, but she is feeling super nervous, because after all the male lead is outside her door. She does not know what he might look like, if he is scary looking, or maybe if he is really handsome with a cold air about him. But the moment she sees him, her heart starts to beat like a TikTok bass drop. She starts to stare at him, thinking that he really does feel like the one that will make even the fairies go crazy. There is a whole galaxy in his eyes, no wonder he is the male lead of the novel. Hubert clears his throat like ahem bestie focus, making her come back to her senses, and she quickly tells them, oh yes, they should come inside. She says to them that the house is a bit messy, and she even greets Dennis and Hubert. Hubert tells her that Felix is the captain of their mercenaries and is about to introduce him, but Lara already hypes herself up in her mind, saying that she is Lara, the botanical sorcerer. Dennis says to her that they are thankful for her to give them a place to stay, but Dennis is not just saying that, he is genuinely thankful. He is like, ready to fist bump her in gratitude. Lara weighs it off, saying it is really nothing, just fine. In that moment all the fairies start to fly, and they are supposed to be shook to see that this place is so pretty and big. They are glad because they have not been anywhere without monsters in a while, and on top of that, the place is refreshing and clean. Lara notes that these must be the fairies that Irina must have been talking about. She is valid to see them this cheered up, and she is happy to see them, but she also hopes that Irina was here too. She is worried about where Irina has flown off to all alone, while Irina is out there doing who knows what, probably soft quitting her side quest. Since Lara has got lots of people to feed, she gets all stocked up, and it is the perfect day to have rice. She has been dying to eat rice, but who knew husking it would have been a problem? For the side dishes, she has prepared stir-fried pork and dried persimmon salad. First, they need to cut the pork into thin slices, then they need to stir-fry with some carrots, spring onions, and minced garlic. Finally, they need to add some chopped up pineapple and stir-fry it all one last time. Then, the dried persimmons are cut into small pieces, tossed into the marinade prepared beforehand, and boom, one sweet, tangy, and spicy dried persimmon salad is complete. Like chef's kiss vibes. She makes a rolled complete and also a standard salad, and this is enough to make one devour a bowl of rice in no time. It looks so good that even a picky eater would rage quit their diet plan. Lastly, she needs to prepare the male protagonist's meal. He does not eat cooked food or food that has been handled by someone else, so she uses some great magic. Finally, after some time, Hubert asks her to join them at the table. She looks at them, and to her, they seem like baby birds waiting for food. Honestly, kinda adorable. She laughs, thinking that they really do look like they are hungry. Dennis and Hubert also help her. Dennis gets really happy that he is going to help her as much as possible, and Lara is like, sure, let him cook, literally. She asks them to first scoop up the white rice and place some on each of their dishes, while the rest are the side dishes. Felix sees that these are all side dishes, and he has never seen any of these before. Lara assures them that they can eat as much as they want, as there is still plenty more in the kitchen. She also puts something on the table that is just for Felix. They are all confused, and she tells them that it is cucumbers and these sweet bell peppers. They are also sweet and fresh, so she asks him that they will have to try it. She then asks Hubert to wash this for Felix. Hubert is like, confused.com, but she adds that they do not need to worry, as they have plenty of everything. Then they are all seated to eat the food. They are all eating it, but Felix is in deep thought. He has got a really strict rule for himself, one that even Hubert knows precisely. If the food is not prepared the way he abides by, he will not touch the food. The rule is that he does not eat food that is touched by anyone, and if that is not possible, he will go and wash it himself. And now this food before him has been prepared precisely as if Lara already knew about his rule. He is like, how the hell bestie, and if she just accidentally hack his entire eating code? Because no one really knows this side of him, the fairy tells Felix that he should start to eat. After all, there are some things humans do like eating together that even he should try. The other fairy nods, agreeing that this is true, and adds that Hubert must have asked her all this at some point, because how the heck she is supposed to know that? But then they both point out that there's also this one thing he secretly enjoys, those purple-colored fruits. Seeing him nibble, Lara thinks he must really like mangosteens. She takes a bite of the food herself and realizes it is actually super yummy. Even Dennis compliments her, saying she made such amazing food, and he wants to know where she learned to cook like that. Lara shrugs, explaining that honestly, cooking and eating are the only things that make her keep going. If it wasn't for food, she'd probably have logged out of this life already. Felix finally cuts the fruits, and even the fairies look happy munching on them. After finishing the meal, Felix heads back to his room. The fairies whisper that they feel like they should just stay here forever, holy vibes and all. They flop down on the bed, sighing that it feels so good they might just melt into it like butter on hot toast. Meanwhile, Lara is back in the kitchen, checking the food she left on the stove. All she needs to do now is wait for it to finish cooking. In the meantime, she decides to go check the garden to see how her babies are doing. But the moment she steps outside, she is completely stumped. It's Felix. She freezes, thinking, wait a second, isn't this guy supposed to be the male protagonist? When the heck did he come outside? She starts wondering if these fairies are always following him around or if this is just a one-off moment. She creeps closer, trying to see what he's looking at so seriously. She even tells herself to keep quiet and not disturb him. But suddenly, Felix says something under his breath, making her wonder what on earth he just said. Before she can figure it out, he turns around a little and bluntly asks why it is out here alone. She wonders if he has found out that she is standing behind him. After all, he is the male lead, so surely he is supposed to be sensitive to his surroundings. She hears him saying that all the other carrots are gone, and she is also sitting there against the wall all alone like him. She is like, bestie, what the hell is about carrots that he is talking about? Then she sees that he actually grabs a carrot and starts to eat it, shocking her like, excuse me, what is he doing? She cannot believe that he just said this carrot reminded him about himself, but at least the fact remains that he has no problem eating this carrot all alone. Just at that time, he gets up and faces Lara, which stuns her completely. She is really confused to see him suddenly turn toward her. And the weirdest thing? The fairy is roaming around her like a clingy little pet. She cannot believe how he could notice her since she was already this close to him. He asks her what she is doing, but the little angry fairy straight up says that she likes Lara. Lara is totally unable to control herself from patting this little fairy, but then the other grumpy fairy comes flying to her again, saying that this is weird, while Lara is begging them not to come at her eyes. After all, it is really ahead of her pay grade to pretend that she cannot see them, so she is trying her best to act clueless. So, she just starts to stare at Felix instead. He cannot believe that this girl is not intimidated by his gaze, because even his own men get scared stiff by it. Felix asks her why she is not answering him and what she is trying to do behind his back. She is all pissed, like hello, this is her garden, so she asks him what the hell he is even doing in her space. He twitches, like how dare she try to talk back to him. But she glares right back, reminding him that she offered him her house, and now he is the one being suspicious of her. Honestly, the two of them are totally childish. He scoffs at her, saying she is arrogant, but she is like LOL, look who's talking. Hubert peeks at the two of them, whispering to himself that oh, they are out here. He sees that they are literally trying to kill each other with their eyes. Hubert gets all excited, thinking that maybe Felix has finally taken interest in women. He is certainly moved, thinking they will finally get to see this, too. But deep down he thinks that this kind of move can never be. After all, Felix is disguised as a mercenary now, but soon he is set to become the nation's king. And the fact that Lara, their savior, is still a commoner means it is unfortunate, but he will have to tear the two of them apart. So he walks toward them, saying that the weather is cold, so Felix should go inside. Lara is glad, thinking it looks like she has won this time. Felix is pissed that he lost the round, but Hubert says to Lara that it seems like something is burning inside. She dashes off to check the pot she put on the fire while Felix is all smug, proud that he is the one who won. Inside, Lara sees that the food she was trying to prepare has turned pitch black. She is blazing with anger, because Felix is not going to be spared by her anymore. The next day, she prepares some healthy juice for them. She says to the boys that they can enjoy this as dessert. She even says to Felix that she got something for him, too. She brings out the vegetables and makes the juice right in front of him because she knows that he doesn't trust people easily, which makes him twitch again. Hubert can see that the two of them must be having a love quarrel. Hubert even raises a toast to celebrate the fact that they are all going to live together from now on. They drink the juice, but Lara smirks, because this is balsam apple juice and it tastes quite bitter. Felix is literally dying, because even though he lost most of his taste, he can still feel bitterness. Lara is glad to see that he is still able to taste bitter and sour things, so now she is all set to make a lot more of this juice from now on. She herself is having fun drinking her watermelon juice while the angry fairy tells Felix that Lara's juice is different. Felix turns to look, and Lara raises her glass proudly. Dennis is crying like what the hell is this juice? She tells him that it is healthy, so they should drink it. Lara is cooking the food for the boys when she thinks that Irina has not even shown her face. She is all angry that this girl is so stubborn, too stubborn to even drop by for at least a single minute. The fact that the food and the fruits that she, as a fleecy girl, left outside for her have all gone in class means she came back for food, but Lara is also worried. What if that jerk Felix is the one who ate them? And then she hears the boys talking as if they think that she fears she has gotten attached to them. And she is also worried over the fact that they are going to eat simple meat and raw bread once they leave from here. She then asks them what they would like to have for dinner. Dennis gets excited to have some soup, but on the other hand she is also worried about Felix, who eats nothing instead of fruits and vegetables. She looks at him, and the way he is acting is like a total child. She cannot believe that the so-called male lead is this childish, but she does agree that she herself is a little immature as well. Not gonna lie, it is actually kind of funny to see him go all chili mode, because what happens after eating this chili is that his face goes red. He is normally really careful to sip his water, but that day he gulps down the whole barley tea, and Lara is sure that his thirst is burning up right now and he is all set to kill her because of this. Meanwhile, poor Hubert and Dennis are busy playing hero in their lives to save her. She looks at him, thinking how dare he even try to wield his sword at her, and then she remembers to serve him his favorite fruits just to make him feel better. And he is small acting like that, like how did this boy not get kicked out of his stepmom's house? But he does agree that the fruits she grows are really tasty, every single time. Even Kara agrees that he can be cute sometimes, and guess what? She herself has grown to like him despite all this bickering. She calls out to Felix, asking if there is anything that he would like to eat, and while looking at him she notes that his eyebrows always go up every time she calls him by his name. She wonders if calling him by his name hurts his pride, but turning away he still says to her that the fruit she gave him last week was really tasty. She does not disagree with the fact that he does reply to her all the time, especially when she is outside growing the oranges for him. The fairy also wanted to eat the fruit he was munching on and was even feeding them. Lara is all set to give them as much food as possible, so all they need to do is just live with her. All embarrassed, he still says to her that the watermelon and peaches that she gave to him were also amazing. She cannot believe that this guy gets so much energy to be straight up forward like this. Sure, she is super shy, but she still says to him that she has already put some for him in the bag she carries, and she is going to fill the bag for him so he does not need to worry about that part. She is fidgeting, but she wants to be brave and tell him as he is going to leave soon. She says to him that if he knows what kind of person she hates the most, it is the one who messes with the food. She does not know why he eats only fruits or vegetables, but she assures him that it is fine for him to eat whatever she gives to him. It can be meat, noodles, or rice, and if she gets to see him every time, she really wants him to enjoy the food that she will prepare for him. There is complete silence, and she awkwardly turns. She is about to leave, thinking that the whole moment was so embarrassing it should be erased from history. But then Felix calls out to her, asking her to wait for a moment. Taking out his ring, he tries to give it to her. She has no idea why he is suddenly doing this or what this even means, but Felix explains that she can think of it as a repayment. He admits that even though they were always bickering nonstop like cats and dogs, he actually enjoyed the fruits that she gave him. He tells her that her necklace will wear out quickly if she only uses one jewel. Because he noticed that her mana is similar to his, there will be no problem for her to use this black diamond. Shusu blurts out that it is really valuable, and if she were planning to sell it, he could just give her money instead. But she assures him that she will never sell it. And just like that, Felix helps her slip the ring onto her finger, low-key giving off major married vibes. The next morning, they are all thankful to Lara for packing lunch boxes for them. They tell her that they will never forget what she did for them, but Lara, with her no-nonsense tone, points out that it is more like they are going forever and they should be back after slaying those demons anyway. Dennis agrees that this is correct, but still insists on thanking her. Lara weighs it off, reminding them that there is nothing to thank her for after all. She did nothing for free, they literally paid her, and she honestly enjoyed it. Dennis gets all soft and sentimental, muttering that he will miss her food. Hubert immediately side-eyes Felix and asks if the guy has anything emotional to say too. Felix, being the brick wall with legs that he is, clearly does not, and insists they need to stop making such a fuss out of it. Lara just chuckles, because she knows this boy is actually still so immature. Finally, after what feels like 100 goodbyes, like seriously, they are worse than a Desi wedding farewell, they actually take their leave, promising to come back soon. Lara, however, feels sad now. This once bustling house is about to quiet down, and after being so busy preparing ingredients and cooking non-stop, she suddenly finds herself with way too much free time. The silence hits her like, ugh, vibes ruined. She goes outside, still sulking a little, when suddenly Aaron comes flying straight at her. Lara is completely shocked to see her and immediately starts ranting, where has this girl even been, and how dare she not show up even once. Lara pelts her with all the questions at once, but Aaron is chilling. She's basically like, nah, she just hungry AF. Lara sighs and decides they will wash her first and then give her food, because hygiene over hunger. Aaron, however, is starting to the point where she swears she could eat a whole horse right now. The scene shifts to the queen, who is pacing around and fuming. She is stressing hard because the kingdom's treasure and seal are definitely gone. She wonders who could have taken it, when the maids announce that His Grace has arrived and wishes to see her in the audience chamber. The queen scoffs and rolls her eyes, basically like, ugh, if she really has to see him every time he asks. As if. The maids are left speechless at her arrogance. She smirks and orders them to tell him that she is not ready, and that it will take more time for her to prepare herself. The maids rush off to the Duke's side and explain the whole thing. The Duke, calm as ever, simply says all right and agrees to wait. They escort him to the reception room, but when they open the door, the place is completely empty, not a single soul inside. He looks around and mutters that he is still alive. The maid, alarmed, dashes away while the Duke stares at the portrait on the wall. He apologizes to his brother for not executing his will, promising instead to do his very best to protect his nephew. Later, Lara is hyped because she realizes she can now use the magic books from the library daily. With this, she no longer needs to keep buying more sorcery items. She is super excited to try them all and asks the librarian for access to every single book she can get her hands on. Finally, she sits down to make more tattoos, and girlach, the pain is very real, but when it's done, it looks absolutely stunning. The most exciting one she gets is the pocket plane tattoo. She is literally buzzing to experiment with it. She notices that her ring is resonating with the giant magic circle tattoo on her body. Originally, the gem on the ring had no magic circle engraved on it, so it couldn't conjure spells. But now, when she opens the box, she sees that it actually worked. The pocket plane magic has been successfully granted to the giant tattoo. Even without engraving a magic circle on every gem, she can now cast various spells just by using this one gem. Big W unlocked. And now, it is officially showtime. Her very first lunchbox business is about to start right here. Now it finally comes to Lara's mind how come the magic is so easy for her to do. She side-eyes Aaron and asks if this is easy for everyone or if she is just some special snowflake. Aaron, of course, shuts that down instantly. Nope, it is not normal. It is only possible because Lara got some big boy dragon mana riding with her. Aaron explains that the dragon scale Lara had in her possession definitely left its mark on her, and also that ring she's wearing, yeah, the one Felix gave her straight up has real dragon daddy mana infused in it. Lara stares at it, realizing it looks way more valuable than she ever thought. She cannot believe that Felix gave her something this important just in exchange for some fruits. Now she's actually feeling guilty for snapping at him all those days. She is determined that next time she sees him, she is going to treat him good. The scene shifts to the castle gate, where Lara sets up shop because she found out merchants always pass through here. She places her freshly prepared lunch boxes neatly and then calls out to some young fine men walking by. The soldiers all turn to look at her, suspicious about what she's up to. She waves her hand and tells them to come try some amazing lunch boxes. They ask if she's seriously saying they can carry food with them while slaying beasts. To them, this sounds ridiculous, like who brings a packed lunch to a battlefield picnic? But Lara insists that she knows it's hard for them to think about meals when all they do is fight monsters non-stop. She just wants them to try. They eye her carefully and point out that, judging by her hair color and eyes, she looks like some kind of sorcerer. They question why a sorcerer would be standing at the gate hustling food like some street vendor. Lara shrugs and admits that yes, she is a botanical sorcerer, but she genuinely enjoys selling food. The men relax a little, muttering that okay, so she's not the attack and blow stuff up type of sorcerer. She lays out some samples for them to try. Even Aaron hops in and takes a bite, chomping happily. Lara slices up some more and tells the soldiers it's a sweet potato snack she made herself. The men take cautious bites, but the moment it hits their tongues, their eyes widen. They are in disbelief, saying they never tasted anything like this before. It's super sweet, crunchy, and completely foreign to them. They keep asking what on earth it's made of. Lara grins and explains it's just sweet potato with some fried sugar on top. Simple, but magic. Word spreads fast. More and more people start gathering around her stall, curious about what's making these tough guys act like kids discovering candy for the first time. Lara happily gives them more to try. Some new people approach, asking why the food tastes so good, and they end up sitting right there just to eat. They give her big thumbs up, shouting praises. Lara is absolutely thriving in this moment, enjoying the attention, the chaos, and the sales energy. She even brews them some tea, offering drinks if they feel thirsty. The tea is light, refreshing, and hits the spot perfectly after the sweet snacks. A mid-fine young man steps and even asks her to give him the price list for everything and wants to know how much it all costs. She mentions that the rice box is for 10 cores, and this sandwich is also 10 cores, while the caramel bread popcorn is for 5 cores, plus this tea too. The man declares that this is so cheap and, without hesitation, he takes 10 of everything, announcing that he is going to give the taste to his men as well. Suddenly, all the people around are going absolutely feral to get food from her. She is finally back home from this exhausting selling day, realizing that her food turned out to be way more popular than she originally thought. If she had known this sooner, she would have definitely started preparing more lunch boxes. Aaron, the cutie, chimes in that of course this food tastes like heaven when Lara adds that if she had not become a tattooist, she surely would have ended up a chef, because the only time she looks truly happy is when she's munching good food. Kara laughs and says that in her past life she was indeed a tattooist, but this time she is simply going to become a chef and open a big store. She thinks it's going to be super duper cool, like next level boss energy, and maybe she might even whip up food that's 10 times better than this already mind-blowing stuff. It has already been 2 weeks since she started selling lunch boxes, and the business has been nothing less than a massive success. People are literally dying to get their hands on them, and she even checks to see just how much food she has left. The same man from before comes back, and she asks him when exactly he returned. He casually guesses that he came back yesterday evening, and then he starts tapping his hand like a guy giving a battle report, saying that this time it was super dangerous and exhausting because there was a noticeable increase in the demons. Lara gets all worried and asks him to please be careful from now on. She remembers reading in the novel that the number of demonic beasts had increased because the black dragon was asleep, and she silently hopes that they are all right. The fighter side of her cannot sit still, and she is also worried whether Felix is eating properly on the other side. A guy asks his captain that they should also get to this line. The captain, however, immediately questions why they should line up like kindergarten kids when they could just get boar meat instead. The guy tries to insist, dropping all kinds of hype, that this place is really famous and they should definitely go there to get the lunchbox, since he has also heard rumors that it's good for constipation. He says it's so famous that it sells out as soon as it hits the stall. The captain, though, is unimpressed and thinks the lunchbox looks really small. Lara, on the other hand, feels it is already such a busy day, so she sits down at the side and ends up noticing the captain glaring at her. He looks at her with that sus face, as if he is genuinely wondering if she does seem a little too similar to someone he knows. A few months ago, rewind the tape back to the day when Lara first dropped into this strange world. She looks around, completely bewildered, wondering where the heck she has landed. She is so sure she had just fallen on the stairs, but now her feet are standing on top of skulls and bones. That's when the panic hits, and she immediately starts crying, like full-on ugly sobbing, because what the hell is this place? She is super scared, practically trembling like a lost Wi-Fi signal. Then, someone shows up on a horse, calling out to his captain that there's someone here. A little boy with them notices Lara and says something about how it's amazing she managed to survive, so clearly God blessed her or something. The captain himself comes over, takes one long look at her, and says it seems like she is a mage. But since she doesn't look like she can fight worth a demon, he guesses she must be a non-combat mage, so he asks her if she can at least stand up and handle herself. Lara, still sniffling, asks them if they just called her mage right now. The captain practically scoffs, saying it looks like she also smacked her head too hard. After all, there are cases like hers, people showing up confused, but they usually return to normal after a while. He tells the boy to bring her along with him for now. The captain helps her onto the horse. It's literally Lara's first time riding one and makes it very clear that this isn't some comfortable Uber ride, so she better bear with it. Just like that, they're gone, riding off together. These guys are the Nokri mercenaries, and when they reach the gate, they're welcomed by the guard. Lara notices the roads are paved with stone, and there are horses and wagons all around. This is definitely not the Korea she knows and loves. Actually, it feels way more medieval, like she just got teleported into a low-budget historical drama set. The captain then takes her to an inn. The innkeeper, squinting hard, reacts like, "Whoa, look who it is, the great captain of Nokri himself." The captain replies that only this innkeeper could do such a thing, and then explains why they are here, to leave a non-combat mage at his place. The innkeeper, who is honestly giving off crusty NPC energy, sneers and says that if she can't fight, that's her own fault, but hey, if she wants to make money in other ways, that's on her. He then adds, not so sweetly, that this girl claims she could use offensive magic, but the way she looks right now like a literal corpse, there's no way. He says she should at least thank the captain for bringing her, since he's basically doing her a favor. The captain slams the table, eyes flashing, and glares at the innkeeper. Even after hearing all this, the innkeeper is still insisting on sending her there, and the captain is absolutely not having it. The captain points out that he already knew all this and yet still sent her forward to make her the human shield. But then he adds the fact that since she came back from her work alive, it automatically means that he will still have to pay her. The ugly guy nearby scoffs, rolling his eyes like he's allergic to common sense, and says yes, of course, he will pay her. After getting the money, the captain decides to give her a lesson, saying that the very fact she needs money means she still needs to cherish her life. But she is utterly clueless about what they are even talking about, and she wonders if she is actually getting paid for what. Looking at the scenery, it does seem like they are in old times, and she wonders why the hell she is even here. She questions if she is actually stuck in this weird new world, because, honestly, it's giving historical drama cosplay gone wrong. The captain suddenly asks her if she is even listening, and she nods to him that yes, she is. The captain then says to her that even if she is going through a tough time or whatever, she should tell this to the people around her. He says that okay, English moment activated, and they don't need to change their introduction, so take care, and then he leaves. She zooms back to the present moment, saying to the captain that she is really grateful to them back then. The captain shrugs it off, saying that he didn't do much, and now he is just glad that she is doing good there. She then sees that the gates are opening. She feels the iron gates shifting with a heavy creak, and it stuns her because she has never once seen that gate open, even though she came here every day. The captain says that it looks like the viscount is back and that it looks like they are about to make a grand entry. And then, a whole squad of men on horses enters from that gate, and Lara sees that this is honestly a great sight. From the look of it, it seems like there are at least 800 horses, and it feels like they have once again cleared the monster's lair. The support they get from the guild is unmatchable compared to the others, especially the one-night order that is under the Duke. So here we are, vibing with the demon squad as they slay monsters like it's Casual Tuesday. Our Felix is seriously vibing, killing the monsters, when he asks Hubert to extract the essence of the monster, and Dennis gets a whole lot of gems out of it. It looks like they are all sorted out for now, and now it is officially time for them to rest. Hubert uses his water magic to clean the Dennis, because wow, it was stale and tiring for them, considering the number of monsters just kept increasing. They also have not smelled food in at least 3 days, and on top of that, they have totally run out of the lunch boxes that Lara gave them. Like, the struggle is real. They ask Felix what they should do. Felix thinks that, sure, they bickered a lot, but honestly, it was pretty fun, so thinking about this makes Felix smile. And he says that they should head back. This amuses the other squad members, and finally, they are here. It seems like they are back home, and now they can finally sleep like the tired NPCs they are. They notice that there are a lot more flowers than before. When they knock on the door, it seems like she is not at home, but the fairy sconces light up, saying that it smells tasty. The cute fairies notice that there are more flowers, but it doesn't seem like they are from the same flowers as before, and it feels like the place is getting purified. They validly ask Felix if they can go to the flowers. Felix smiles at them, and this amuses the fairies, so they all say all good and go flying away like tiny sparkly influencers. The scene then shifts to Lara. Aaron sees that Kara seems really happy, and Lara says that of course she is happy because she just got the sauce that is similar to the smell of soy sauce from back then. She goes to the shop and asks the shopkeeper what it is. He tells her that it is some salty seasoning, and he lets her taste it. She asks if that is soy sauce after tasting it, but he is like, nope, it is just some green oil. Lara, however, is so happy that she immediately asks the owner to give her not 10 bottles but 30 bottles. She cannot help but get hyped, unable to wait to try some new delicious stuff, and she is super happy. As she steps to her house, she sees that there is someone there, and Aaron is shocked as hell to see that it is Felix. Aaron literally flies away like nope, she is out. Lara asks her what she is doing again, but Aaron says that she needs to go. Lara is like, pissed that she is gone again. Lara then walks to them, saying that it has been a while. Seeing Hubert smile at her makes her feel all proud, like she just unlocked a secret achievement, because she managed to make a really handsome man smile at her. Felix looks at her and then turns his head away. She scoffs, saying that even if he is the main character, his attitude of trying to act ahead of everyone is totally getting out of hand. But still, it is nice to see him again. She asks them to come back inside, and they are all shocked, girl group level gasping, getting all welcomed back again. Lara says that they should have some great welcome back party time for all that might have happened. While she is in the kitchen, she is ready to make that dish now that she has soy sauce in her possession. She asks all the boys to first wash their hands, as even if they went around the house, they need to do so. Felix states that he has already washed up, but she orders him to take off his armor first. He goes upstairs to clean himself, and she thinks to herself that after he is done, she is going to get him a watermelon. Hubert comes back, saying that he has returned after cleaning up, but Lara insists that even if he is washed up, he still needs to change his clothes. He agrees, saying he will be gone now to change. She adds that in that time, she is going to prepare the food. She first, with her great magic, summons the watermelons, and once she is finished with her promise, she decides to prepare some good food. She prepares the food and thinks that it is going to be enough, and she thinks about just how long it has been since she tried bulgogi, but what she really wants is for Aaron to have the first bite. He is all pissed, wondering what the hell she is doing not coming back, and just for how long she is going to run away like this. It is not like she does not understand her feelings, but she cannot solve anything in this way. She wonders how Felix is going to react if he learns that Aaron was with her the whole time, and if Felix would not see her like the thief that stole his fairy. But Felix is too emotional, and she cannot help but wonder how he will react. Then, the fairies return, and they are all refreshed and excited to see the watermelon. Hubert and Dennis think that the smell is great. Hubert becomes all flustered, thinking about what they are going to eat today. He keeps yapping about the fact that she is so good at making food, and that she always makes a lot of good dishes every time she cooks. He even asks the Blues if they can lend her a hand. Dennis says that he would love to help her. They are finally presented with the food, and Felix wonders what the hell she is going to make this time. Lara tells him that it is bulgogi, and she explains that they need to wrap it up with rice and leaves, and it is going to be delicious that way. Hubert questions why she is holding such things, and she explains that these are called chopsticks. She tells them that chopsticks are tough to use at first, but one will get used to eating with them through practice. She asks Dennis if he would like to give it a try, and he happily agrees. She asks him to take the sticks, but these poor men are trying their best, and it is all in vain. She finds it so cute that grown men are struggling to use chopsticks. Finally, Dennis is able to hold the chopsticks. He eats the meat with them and says that it is super delicious. Felix is literally crying happy tears seeing this. Felix also picks up the chopsticks, and Lara scoffs that he is pretending his best to act like he does not care. With her powers, she grows some berries for him, and she thinks that he should try this, as eating blueberries with chopsticks is really difficult. He tries on the first attempt, but it is a complete failure. He tries again and again, but it still fails, which makes him super pissed. Lara smiles, finding him so cute that even with his little frown, he looks sweet. She stares at him a little too much, and now he is glaring at her. She does not know what to do if he makes this kind of face, so makes this fat wrap and eats it all at once. The flavor is really amazing. Felix notices and thinks that she surely eats well with that small mouth of hers. Seeing her do this little dance, he wonders to himself if the food is really that good since she looks so happy. He really cannot believe that he just drooled while watching her, and